Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Time for a much-needed and much-welcome diversion. The NFL is back. Here we go, Week 1. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's second and 10. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
The ball carrier.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield to throw it this time. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started. And that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Oh, go ahead.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 43-yard line.
Man.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Yo, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Like, why are they doing
everything here? We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
The whole timeout.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
What the hell, bro?
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line.
The tackle made at the
just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them.
That's
unfair. Looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
That's XXL.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
1st and 10.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Stepping up, he'll try and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
36 yards.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now this time he'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Rashard Higgins. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ravens 7, Browns nothing.
They'll run with Chubb. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
With the give to Nick Chubb.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They'll try again with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
You know what I mean? How am I not winning?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
I won the ball. That's all I got to do.
You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That's all.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I'm horrible.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this way down, deep into Cleveland territory.
That's good.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 65 yards.
That wasn't what I clicked onto.
8-yard line.
You can play this, I clicked onto it. What YouTube I watch? That's chatting. Oh my god. Ah, man, you can't even audible, man. That shit's annoying.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no
Bro, I've been running that formation
there,
since.
right? No up-tempo at all.
I've been
Clock
playing
just ran
since
out. I think he
Madison,
was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
From the 10-yard line, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. That's the rookie from LSU, Grant Delpit. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Intercepted by
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
2nd and 7.
So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield now. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield. Mayfield on play action. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Mayfield. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Wilson decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
1 yard line.
Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Education.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Here's Jackson to throw.
Bro,
There's
you're
a
supposed
quick
to
throw
fix
caught
this.
by Andrews.
Bro, like, come on.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his second season. The future, bright. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
He's annoying, bro. I swear, man. He ain't fixed nothing in this game.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch?
Oh, yeah, I haven't got a
and
strip
anything
yet.
after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson flushed out right. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. 22 yards there, a first down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
Kick is good.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Ooh.
They run it again with Chubb. And he will lose yardage and be back
Who's running
up
the same
to
play?
24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Ravens.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the
Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience.
Yeah, you don't hear him, right? He's real quiet when he moves.
That run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and 8 at the 45.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's gonna block most of the trees and shit.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nick Wilson. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
Gonna pick again.
Be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up and.
That his pass is intercepted.
Who runs the same play?
Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Wilson on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second and 7, operating from the 34. Jackson now. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, I'm taking this off the playbook.
This is Ingram on first and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
Mark Ingram.
Adrian Claiborne, the one who makes the stop. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On second and 9, Jackson, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Yo, Sid is really getting his ass bust right now, yo.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Crazy, yo.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. This one complete to Ingram. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Marquise Brown there to make the grab. As the Ravens push further out in front. And that'll increase their
where's your
lead to
man's
28.
Yo, where's Sid at?
Ravens 31.
Yo, someone call Sid. Someone call Sid.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Look at the score.
Fair catch.
Ah, what's going on? I told him, let me quit my playbook, my offensive playbook, because I've been freestyling on the first few games we played. Come on, bro. fixed up my defensive playbook too.
The Browns drive about to get
keep running the
started.
same play.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a
Keep
season
stretch,
opener.
like that's
This
gonna
has
save
just
him.
been a performance,
Like,
to be frank,
not
not to
save
be
him.
proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
18 on the play. And the Browns.
They run again on first down, Chubb. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Mayfield completes it to Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt, and he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Mayfield off the play fake. Open man is Higgins, and he's taken down inside the 30. Just what the Browns needed there, good for a gain of 17. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now. Because
you remember he was talking crazy to me in the past few days. I told him, let me just create a playbook. Let me just create a playbook.
Chubb on first down, no room to roam as he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Bro, I was playing him.
Their 3 timeouts. As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the fourth.
I was playing him with, I was freestyling him, bro.
Second down.
He's going to pass it on Odell or somebody. That's what I did.
That'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one's going to wind up
out of here, man.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Intended for Marquise Brown. Incomplete. Results in a
GG, Dre. You trash still, though, nigga.
Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Now Landry.
331, dude, scored a touchdown.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Ravens, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns,